In the beginning, you gotta be up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Trust me, the deals that you get in the morning, you won't get those deals. And the work that you get in the morning done, you won't be able to get work done after 12 o'clock. You gotta wake up early in the morning before people can make decisions. Everything that most of the deals that I got is like getting up early in the morning and, catching up to the deals.
Welcome to Take Action Entrepreneurs Podcast,
where we interview entrepreneurs that took action and got to the top of their industry. And on this podcast, we share with you exactly how they did it. Today, we got Shaikh Habib. We know him as Hank. We met him as Hank, but his real name is Shaikh Habib.
Thank you very much.
He is from Baltimore, Maryland. He's originally from Pakistan. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
You're in real estate at the moment, right?
Yes, right now I'm doing real estate.
But you have had a lot of different businesses. You've been an entrepreneur for years now. Your journey is amazing. So we talked off camera, as you know.
No, but first thing first, thank you very much for having me here with you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And giving me the opportunity of speaking with you guys and telling you about how the entrepreneurship works and how would it more motivate everybody else around the world and everybody who's watching us.
Yes. So Hank, aka Shaikh, we know him as Hank, so we're gonna go ahead and.
That's fine, not a problem.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I just want you to tell the people are you originally from, and maybe you could tell them your story, your upcoming. And how you ended up here now in real estate.
I'm originally from Pakistan, and my place of birth is Karachi. It's one of the most busiest cities in the world, and I was born there, and I started my studies, my work there. I was there for a couple of years, and then my family moved to UK, England. I did my schooling there until 5th to 6th grade. I came back. A lot of traveling has been into my family since I was born, or before I was born. My dad's been traveling a lot. And so I'm basically from Pakistan. That's where I began my journey from. I started off as a government contractor. I've been seeing my parents, my dad working, my mom working as well, apart from being a housewife. And that's what gave me that motivation to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. So growing up, did you grow up in a, wealthy family, working class, or what type of family did you grow up in?
I grew up in a good family background, and I've been seeing. I want to say that I was born with a golden spoon. I would say that, but you have to, in a lifetime, you have to put that golden spoon on a side and see what's your worth, and you're gonna make your own worth over here.
Correct.
That because not everybody is born like that. Not everybody gotta do that, but you gotta make your way, your path, apart from what you already have to make your own worth. Because if you're under a big umbrella, you would be hidden. But if you have your own name, you're going to have your own identity.
Right.
So since day one, I was always, I was like, I should have my own identity.
Right.
That's what gave me a push. I could have been, hanging around with my father's money and all that stuff. But no, that never motivated me. I was like, you don't care about it when you have it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting what you told us off camera about what you did in order to put yourself in a tougher situation than you were, right? So,
right.
That's where you learn. If you don't struggle and you don't understand that struggling, because struggling helps you motivate. It helps you get to that level. You don't struggle. If you get everything, you would never care about it.
Exactly.
You'll be like, I already have it.
Exactly.
Right. So there's
you work
no
harder
way.
when you don't have anything.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know, what is it that you did when you were living in Pakistan with your family? What is it that you decided to move out of?
I was just a normal guy like everybody else. Eat, sleep, party, and repeat. And then one day, my parents found out, I've been doing that too much. And then my dad was like, you can't be home all the time doing all this stuff. You got to do something.
Right.
He threw me out of the house, and that's it. I was like, oh, shoot. That's it, Then I ended up going to Dubai. I made a small deal here and there. I came back to Pakistan. I started off as a government contractor.
Okay.
And that's when, I decided to do something for the people over there. Growing up, seeing that there's some stuff like even when you go across a sidewalk or something, you're like, hey, why are there so many potholes on the road? You just have this curiosity. So since my childhood, I had this curiosity. Why isn't this these buildings, these government buildings or roads or infrastructure is not built that much? So that's actually, and then, I've been seeing my father working as a government contractor. My father, my grandfather, and my great-great-grandfather, they all were contractors. So it's coming with me. It's in my blood, and real estate as well. So it came all the way, since past 4 generations, we've been doing this contracting and real estate side by side.
So your first journey in entrepreneurship and business was contracting, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Contracting and real estate, both. I was doing side by side. I was doing a little hustling, I would say, with the real, just like a wholesaling kind of a stuff. I bought some shops in the same city.
This was in Pakistan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought 2 shops, and then what I did, I just sold them immediately. I made some money. I had a contract for the first contract in 2009. I got it for probably $4,000. I put in $2,000. I made a profit of $2,000, 100%. I was like, okay, I got to get into this game. But it's not always that.
Right.
Once you get 1 contract, 2 contracts, and then you look at the volume. Once you have a volume, you see like out of 10 contracts, or out of 10 properties, you make profit only in 8. And in 2 properties, you don't make profit only because you got to be in the game. You look at the volume.
Right. And it's almost like that for every business. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah. It is.
Definitely.
It
So
is.
after you were a contractor, you decided to go to Dubai, right?
I went to Dubai. I came back from Dubai. I saw the financial crunch in 2009 that hit in Dubai. I was actually one of the ones who made the last deals over there. And I started working in Pakistan as a contractor. I got my contractor's license and everything. Then I got part-time. I got into real estate as well. I was buying real estate properties. And then this time came where, I was just tired of, being around the contracting business. Then I decided to just quit that and get myself 100% focus on real estate, because I've seen my family, after some time, they converted their businesses into real estate as well. As we can see, the most millionaires and billionaires in the world, they're all real estate tycoons.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So
They're either investing in real estate, they own real estate.
Absolutely. I don't think that apart from money, what could be the best, what could motivate you? In real estate, there is a lot, but you got to make the right move at the right time.
Right.
Yes.
So
Don't overpay for your real estate deals.
Make sure it's the right deal.
Yeah.
the right price, correct. Yeah. So when did you come to the United States? What year?
I
and
came.
How did you make that move?
I've been traveling back and forth because I was in different businesses. I was in oil business as well. I was importing and export of oil as well in Pakistan, and then I was back and forth. So I started my investments in 2015 and 16. Between that, me and my partner was here. His name is Moby. We both started. First, I was looking for properties in Virginia, Manassas, and Woodbridge, but the properties were too expensive, and the budget we had was only like close to $100,000. I didn't want it to put 100%. Like they say, don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta test, try, and then repeat.
Absolutely.
So first house I bought was in Florida. There's a city called Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, and I bought a house for probably $20,000. We put in like $5,000 or $6,000, and we ended up selling it for $44,000.
Wow.
And that was the first deal that we made
in the United States.
Would you consider that first deal a fix and flip, or did you hold it for a little bit?
It was fix and flip.
Okay.
It was fix and flip.
Okay.
And there were some properties, once we fixed and flipped, simultaneously, I did not stop. I was buying back to back. And then I bought some properties where we got stuck for like 7 months, 8 months, 6 months. So what I thought, instead of being stuck, look, every stage teaches you. Every stage teaches you. So that stage, when I got stuck with the property, it taught me that instead of being stuck 6, 7, 8 months into that property because it was not being sold, you should always put it on rent. bifurcate your income. So increase the source of income.
Right.
So that gave me, a lesson to what to do instead of sitting idle on the property.
Right.
So that was that was a move that I learned.
I have a good question for those that are getting into fix and flips. How did you acquire that first fix and flip?
I did my research because I heard buying properties either from auction. That was the first deal. I got it straight from the auction, from the courthouse. You can see it online, and then now there's an auction.com website as well. I don't want to market for them, but there are many other websites online that you can go there and start bidding and get properties online. So that's what I did. I did my research online. I did the comms. I saw how many properties are nearby and what's the county's assessed value. That's where you make a decision. Sometimes there are a couple of properties where you have to bite the bullet, but you got to be careful. So that's what we did. We went online, we saw it, we bid on it, and I bought it for, whatever the X amount I bought it for, $20,000. But what I did saw the property from outside. I saw what's the square footage. I saw what are the details. I saw, these are the things that you gotta be looking at. And then we made an idea. Obviously, we had somebody who was working in that city since past 10 years. We used their experience. So my experience, if it's 2 months, and somebody who has an experience of 10 years, so plus my experience and their experience, so that is 10 years and 2 months.
Right.
You get it?
Right.
Sometimes you got to be working smart than working harder.
Correct.
Use somebody else's experience to get your deals done.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
having somebody experienced would actually help you to either acquire that property or not to acquire that property.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Though, yes, I was, what I did pay that person the commission. I said, I will pay you the commission. I will give you the fees, because saving that commission of 3 or 4% or 5% would actually save my investment of nearly $100,000.
Right.
So never look at the little numbers that you have down over there. Always give that away, because those little numbers will help you save your big investments.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. So why did you choose real estate out of everything?
It's more stable.
That's true.
It's one thing is called like tangible and intangible. That's tangible. And it's there, right? The land is there. You can actually see. If somebody tells me, "Oh, why didn't you go for stocks?" I don't know. I don't know that. And they are probably in the cloud somewhere online here and there. It never understands me. I'm not saying do not invest in
stocks.
in stocks. If you know stocks more than real estate, go ahead.
Stick to stock.
Yeah. But real estate is something that is there. You can go and be there at your
Right. You
land.
can do your numbers, and
You can
then
do
it's
numbers.
okay.
Yeah.
I might not lose on this one.
Yeah, even if you think that you're losing, and if it's not too much that you're losing,
You could just hold on to it.
hold on to it, give it on rent,
Yeah.
and get a passive income
Correct.
with that.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when did you migrate to?
I was
Baltimore.
I was
But-
very much keen of coming to this side of because I've been brought up in a city, in a metropolitan city, Karachi, Dubai. I've seen those cities. I've seen London. So these are the cities, metropolitan cities, very busy. And when I was in Virginia and when I was in Florida, it was very quiet and slow, and every deal was taking 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and that was very slow pace. I just flipped probably around about in 2 years, probably 20 to 25 houses, to between the span of 2 or 3 years, I'm guessing. So it was very time consuming, and I don't know how the market was at that time, but it wasn't that fast.
You first came to Florida, right?
No, first I came to Virginia.
Oh, okay.
I came to Virginia. I settled in Manassas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you went to Florida.
Then when I found out about the opportunity, I've always, even in the contracting, it depends on where you get the opportunity. Even if you get an opportunity, as I said, that was more like a village for me, Fort Pierce and Port St. Lucie in Florida. I worked there. I made some money. I made some deals. I learned the business there.
Right.
Because I didn't want it to put everything on stake. So, always the first deal is the most difficult one.
Definitely.
Once you get your first deal out of the door, then sky's the limit. And yes, you will keep on going. You will fall. You will stand up. You will fall. You will stand up. You will fall. Keep on moving and moving and moving.
Absolutely. How long did it take you to get your first deal?
On real estate or contracting?
Real estate.
Both.
Oh,
It takes around about 6 to 8 months to get any of your deals. First deal. It's difficult.
yeah, it took us.
Not everyone's lucky, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Is
I've
it
seen
luck
people-
or is it the way that you speak to the person?
First thing, it is luck. Second thing is your research. Trust me, research. The more the knowledge you have in what you're doing, the better it will for you to, understand and make the decision.
Right.
Information is knowledge, and knowledge would help you make the decision.
Right. I agree 100%, but I think the luck comes with the hard work and taking action 100%.
Hard work pays off. Hard work and working hard work comes working smart as well.
Exactly. Right. So you get luckier when you work hard, you take action,
Yes,
and you go
absolutely.
for it. But it's just about consistency,
Yes.
So-
sometimes you get lazy too.
Right? It happens to all of us,
when
man.
you make like a couple of deals, you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to work today.
Yeah, it happened
But
to us,
you
man.
don't
Yeah.
get that.
Don't get
not
comfortable.
everybody gets that freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
So
not
the
everybody gets
thing that
freedom.
people, I always tell people the same thing: don't get comfortable. So if you
Yes.
make a good amount of money, let me relax. Let me go take
I
it.
agree with you
No.
here. When people be comfortable, that's the time they start losing. Because time is money.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Time is money.
Yeah.
So, you don't work for 4 days, you are probably 40 days behind
Exactly.
on your work.
Absolutely.
Drops you behind on time, and
There you go.
can't have that.
That
for-
momentum, building that momentum, that takes time.
What were you doing those, you said 6 to 8 months to get that first deal? What were you doing every single day?
I was going to a gym, I was working out, I was doing my research, I was literally driving from town to city to see where the best opportunity I can get.
Wow.
Don't take me wrong, this land isn't land of opportunity, and it does give you that opportunity. So that's what gave me opportunity in that city where I met that uncle of mine, and he was one of my teachers as well, to teach me how the game worked. He taught me everything. I did not know how the construction works in U.S. because my background is in Pakistan.
Right.
Even everything is concrete over there. But
Yeah.
some things were similar, like foundation work and all that stuff, and brick work and all that. So over here, when I found out you got to make a wall with a drywall, I was like, for a second, wait, sheetrock drywall? Okay. You can literally jump through it and break it
Right.
into pieces.
Right.
So
But that's how they do it.
That's how they do it over here. 2x4s, baseboards, vanities, all these names. I couldn't get hold of it because I was a little confused with my British English and American English, and then Pakistani, kind of English. It was like everything was so confusing. But
Mixture.
once you get the momentum and once you get into the game, you understand where everything comes from.
So when you came here, your uncle was like your first mentor, right?
Yes. Don't get me wrong here. A lot of people said to me, hey, why did you start a business of I'm not against restaurants, but Subway, gas stations, 7-Elevens, all that stuff. But I was like, that's like open to close. It's too much.
Right.
Right.
So I was like, let me do something where there is less headache, more profit, and more money.
How important would you say it is to have a mentor?
It is very important. That would actually guide you properly. You need the right guidance.
Right.
To get right guidance would give you right numbers. Right numbers will make you achieve the right goals. Right goals, right money.
Exactly. I agree 100%, man.
Higher paychecks.
So I had a question for you.
Sure.
This goes back to your first fix and flip, right? Mm-hmm. What can you tell the people not to do? Give them some of the mistakes you made in order for them not to have to make it.
Do not do something that you don't understand. Ask, research, and then implement, and then learn. If you know what to do or how to get done, or watch YouTube, how is it done, then you can tell the other person how to do it. And if he's making a mistake, because his mistake would cost your pocket, remember that. And that's what happened in one of the properties. I was told, I had no clue about a flat roof, okay? And then, we were misguided by the contractor. There was a handyman. He was from the streets or something. He didn't know much, and I didn't know much. And then, when two people don't know much, it turns into a trash.
A disaster.
Disaster. It was a disaster, but God willingly, God saved me. We were break even on that deal, but that gave me a lesson. When you don't know something, don't get your hands dirty in it. Do get it, do the research, find out how things are done, and then implement it.
100%.
Yeah, that's where I'm telling you. The flat roof, I had no idea how does that fit. I even didn't know, what kind of, do we even put insulation there or not under the roof?
Flat roof.
Yeah.
What is it, like some type of rubber that goes on top?
No, on the top, it comes, there's rubber, there are these shingles, goes over there, and different kind of tarp paper and black tarp and all that stuff goes there.
So
I'll be honest, I might be somewhere wrong in this. I'm not 100% the construction guy.
No, it's okay. You got somebody else doing it now.
Yeah.
So what's some advice you would give to the people watching as far as getting that first fix and flip? What can they do to get that first fix and flip, and how can it be their first fix and flip?
First thing first, get your numbers right. Do not, especially in Baltimore, the market depends on block to block.
So for those that don't know, he's in Baltimore now. So
so from Virginia to Florida to Baltimore. Now.
Yes.
We're in Baltimore right now doing this podcast.
Yeah. So in Baltimore, the market is very different. It's from block to block. One house would be selling for $200,000, and as you cross the street, there would be houses for like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000.
Why?
That's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah, it's crazy, but that's how it is. But even in that, now what I'm seeing something new is somebody building a brand new house, which they call it an inventor, or I don't know what
developer.
New developer. But what they do is they start with one house in that block and make it brand new. What does that one house does?
It brings up the value of the other houses.
Whole houses over there in that block.
So they start off with maybe
the new guys, if they want to start, they should start with small houses. Houses which are below, there's nothing less than $30,000 to $40,000 now in the market. The same market, when I came, I stepped in, I did a research over here, and that was around about in 2015 and 16, and I was looking at houses for like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. Yeah. But that's all gone now.
1,000 in Baltimore.
Blocks. People were buying blocks and blocks and blocks. And when I started to buy a block and I was putting an offer, somebody told me, hey, guess what? It's a ghost town. Don't buy. And there is no ghost towns anymore in Baltimore. They're all gone because people bought blocks, and, probably they're doing all the renovation, building, commercial and mixed-use buildings over there. So when I came here, somebody told me don't buy houses in Baltimore in 2015, 16. I was like, I'll be back. I'll go back to Florida. There's nothing over here. I can't do anything over here.
Yeah.
And I was a little afraid. Everyone's afraid, putting their first deal. So, then I came back over here in Baltimore in 2019. That's when I bought my first house, and it was a row house. I couldn't believe what I'm going to get for like $20,000, $15,000. But I bought a $15,000 house. I fixed it up. I put it on rent, and I ended up selling it for $38,000. And I was like, okay.
This is where it's at.
Yeah. And I was holding it. Don't get me wrong, but I was holding it for 2 years, and the rental income was $800 to $900.
Right.
Average was $800, and even if I bought it on the mortgage, what could be the mortgage on $20,000 to $25,000? Like $300, $200.
Yeah.
So even if you get it on mortgage, it's the 40-50% is going back to your pocket.
Hey, so I know you're enjoying this amazing podcast, but before we continue, I just want to give a huge shout out to PropStream. If you are an agent, investor, and or wholesaler, you need to check out PropStream. For only $97 a month, PropStream allows you to run comps anywhere in the United States, and you can pull over 10,000 leads every single month. And not only that, but you can go ahead and look at the property history of any property. So with that being said, click my affiliate link below for a 7-day free trial today. And don't forget, take action.
How did you run your rentals? Did somebody go up to these? Because it's in West Baltimore, right?
It's in east, north, west. Excuse me.
And who did you have collecting your rent?
Did you have a property manager?
No, I was doing all that by myself because that's what I learned in Florida.
Yeah.
When what I did, I was doing flipping, and side by side, these small little properties that I was buying real cheap, I was fixing them and I was holding them and I was putting them on rent.
Yeah.
That's like increasing the source of income.
Right. Let me ask you something. Right. So for the people that don't know, West Baltimore is like one of the most dangerous areas in Baltimore. So I just want to know, do you have any crazy stories or just bad, crazy experiences that, being in this Baltimore market?
I once went to a house to look at it. I go inside and I suddenly go down.
What? Hold on. What did he just say?
The floor was so damp that I put my foot down and boom, I was down 8 feet.
Oh
No.
my God.
Me and my poor assistant. She was there with me. Yes, we literally had to take off for we had an injury on our backs and there was all scratches all over. There were like big fat rats.
Oh,
There were rats in the
Yeah,
basement.
yeah.
How did you get back up? Were the stairs okay?
No, some people came up and helped us around. Thank God it was a daytime. It wasn't a nighttime.
It was a vacant house.
What did you do?
It was a vacant house.
You yelled for help, or what?
People just walking by and they were like, "Hey!"
They heard a loud noise.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, what happened?" I'm like, "Wait." They were like looking for us. We were like, "Hey, guys, look here. We're down here. We need some help."
Oh man, what a story!
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm glad you're okay.
Did you buy the house though?
Yeah, I bought the house. I was like, "I'm gonna buy this."
Did you get a discount though?
I was about to sue him, but I was like, nah. But the thing is that these people, everybody tells you in advance, just be careful before going to these houses.
Right.
Because rain and dampness and all that stuff, it just soaks the wood and gets very soft, and then, it's very dangerous.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you just got a discount on that property, man.
Did they give you a discount?
Nah,
Did they lower it?
I just moved ahead with the closing and everything. I was like, I'll just move ahead. It's okay. Everybody has a good day and a bad day. So that one of those days was a bad day. And then I'll tell you one of my experiences in Florida.
Okay.
I was looking for properties here and there, and I went to one of these houses. We're not supposed to go into these houses. So I was like, as a courtesy, I'll just knock on the door and ask her if she can, let me look around the house. So what happened was, when I knocked on the door, I was actually my partner was in the car. He was waiting for me, and I was confident enough to go to the door and knock on the door. I knocked on the door, and an old lady comes on the door, and suddenly she leaves 2 of her dogs on me. She was there with no electricity. The house was actually going into foreclosure. She was just living there, and the room and the house smelled so bad you could not stand over there. I was feeling sorry for her, and I wanted to offer her some money or something,
Right.
just so that she can actually get something to eat or live a good life. And I don't know who she was. She was probably the owner of the property. And when she left dogs on me, I literally ran and came in the car, and she screamed at me, "Do not come to this property," and this and that, and da-di-da-di-da. And you know what I said to her? You know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to buy this property.
Did you buy it?
I bought it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I bought it. And after like 2 or 3 days, I gave her the notice. I'm like, You got to be out. I'm sorry. But I was nice. I was like, I'll give you a month's time. I'll give you 2 months time too. It's okay.
Even after the dogs attacked you.
Yeah, you were bad to me. It doesn't mean that if you're bad,
Yeah.
if somebody's bad to you, you got to be bad to that
them.
person.
Absolutely, right.
So I was like, since God has switched the tables,
Right.
now it's my turn. So you got to be
Right,
lenient. When God is nice to you, you got to be nice to his people.
Absolutely.
Right.
I agree 100%, man. So I know you, before real estate, you said that you owned a few other businesses like restaurants and other stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes.
Tell us how that experience was. Why did you go to real estate? Like, how was that journey in restaurant?
I was doing real estate constantly, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought of doing something different, putting my hands in different businesses, like I did in oil, fatty acid oil, glycerine, and all that stuff, which is used in making soap. I did that, but that did not really work out. I did not know full knowledge about that business, but then, I left. I went back to real estate. Then I started off building restaurants. I'm managing restaurants, operating restaurants. I learned how that happens. And then it was too much for me. It was like from open to close, you are committed to the customers. You don't have a social life. You don't have your personal life. You don't have your family life, everything, because you are serving the people.
Right.
Any restaurant you go,
You didn't get the freedom, basically.
no freedom.
So this goes to the topic of family and stuff like that. I mean, what would you say balancing your family life, your social life, and real estate? How do you deal with your personal life?
In real estate, it gives you a lot of freedom because with a lot of money, you get a lot of freedom.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you got to give time to your family. You got to give time to yourself, which is very important. You got to take care of your health. In the restaurant business, to be honest, it was hardly giving me time for take care of my health, to, see my family, my brother, my sister, my parents, everyone. So it was really difficult for me. So that's why I decided I'll go back to real estate. I've been on and off. Hopping is like a hop on and hop off bus. Like real estate was a hop on and a hop off bus. I've been hopping onto it and then I hopping off to it. But meanwhile, hopping off to it, I was holding to those properties.
But it's
just to diversify,
Right.
My time, my money, and see how does that businesses work.
Right.
But it's about suiting as well. Like real estate also does not suit everyone.
Right. It's not meant
Do
for everybody.
you think you're here to stay now in the real estate game?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be in real estate. I'm gonna be in real estate. My next generation is gonna be real estate because my dad's been into real estate. In the future pipelines, we have different projects. We have a housing society coming close to the Arabian Sea Housing Society. We're going to probably be launching that in 5 years down the line.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be more than 5,000 houses over there.
Wow.
For the people. So, and it's going to be in installments, like real cheap houses for people who cannot afford affordable housing.
Right.
So that's what we're going to introduce back home in Pakistan. But definitely,
Amazing.
whatever we're going to do over here, it's going to be here for people of here to do something for the community over here. Because this community, these people, this soil is giving you the opportunity. So my first priority would be loyal here.
Absolutely.
Okay. So as far as your schedule as an entrepreneur now, this is a good question because everybody struggles with it.
Yes, in the beginning, you got to be up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Trust me, the deals that you get in the morning, you won't get those deals. And the work that you get in the morning done, you won't be able to get work done after 12 o'clock, after 1 o'clock. People are sleeping. They've already made people. I mean, if your people are up, I mean to say not sleeping, you're sleeping by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock. People have already made decisions.
Right.
You got to wake up early in the morning before people can make decisions. Everything that most of the deals that I got is like getting up early in the morning and, catching up to the deals.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the best thing. And early in the morning would actually give you that energy to work more. The oxygen is fresh. The
Yes.
vitamin D is there in the sun. Go and get it.
Yes.
And vitamin D is only until probably 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock either, too,
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So what does your schedule look like at the moment?
It's like, right now I'm a little bit relaxed, but early in my days I used to get up like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, even right now there are some days that I wake up late, but most of the time I try to wake up around about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, get a hold of all the contractors, all the deals that I'm doing, get hold of the title companies, calling and email everyone early in the morning. As you wake up early in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you send emails to everyone. They would start replying you by 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So maximum time is that people respond to you is around about 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Nobody wants to work here after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. To be honest, they just want to go home and be with their family and everyone. So number one is that you should get up in the morning. Morning would give you a lot.
Have
of
a morning
motivation.
routine.
Have a morning routine. Yeah.
Do you go to the gym? Are you?
I do. I mean, I've been injured with my lower back injury.
Okay.
I had a disc slip.
That was because of the...
I partied too much. I was traveling from state to state, from country to country, to city to city.
Oh,
and
he did show me his Facebook earlier. And this man was in
I've been
Paris.
to Europe. I've been to Paris. I've
mean-
been to Prague. I love Prague. It's beautiful. I've been to Barcelona, Varna. I've been to Eastern Europe. I like that. I've been to England. I've lived a couple of years in England. I have my family over there. My siblings everyone's from
Oh,
the
wow.
UK. Yeah, even my younger brother was born in London, Slough.
And you chose Baltimore.
Yeah, I chose Baltimore. Baltimore actually reminds me a lot like UK. These little houses.
Really?
They remind me of England. Houses in England.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this seems
Seems like home.
Seems like home. And then
Yeah.
I've been I'm from a metropolitan city, and the city gives me that metropolitan feel. So I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Right.
So tell us some of your tell us one of your craziest. I mean, you seem like you have a lot of stories. Tell us one of your craziest stories partying.
I've partied a lot. Literally, I have a picture of mine. I'm hanging myself with a chandelier, and I have like 25, 30 people around me, and I'm going like this and like that. So I have a short video and a picture of that, and it's crazy. And everyone's looking and pointing at me like that.
How did you get up there?
I have no idea.
Oh,
What happens in parties stays
at
there.
parties.
let's go. And this was out in Dubai, right?
Yes, that was in
Wow.
Dubai. Yeah.
Man, with that being said, you've traveled a lot, right?
Yes, I've traveled.
And there's a lot of people on social media.
I would say traveling is the best education.
Oh, yes. We've heard that. Yes. And my question for you, because I see this on social media a lot, they're always saying money does not buy happiness.
Come to Dubai and see that. In fact, you don't need to be in Dubai. You can be here and see that too. You can be in LA. You can be in San Francisco. You can be in Miami. Money does buy happiness.
The people out there having fun have money.
Money gives you freedom. That gives you motivation. That gives you freedom to do anything.
Yeah.
And when you have the freedom to do anything, you can get happiness, whatever you want to do.
You just need to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just-
But always with sometimes what happened, people get too excited when they make first deal of $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000. The mistake people make is blow that money.
Man, yeah.
Blow it on parties, blow it on after parties, blow it on pre-parties. Do not do
So
that.
much
I would
drugs.
highly suggest do not do
Yeah.
that. Be patient. Reinvest. And you want to party? Work hard for a good couple of years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and then just retire and then party.
Right.
When you know that you have a consistent source of income.
Right. I like that's what
Yeah.
Grant Cardone says. You buy assets, right, that make you money.
Yes.
And then you use that to go ahead and purchase
And do whatever,
something.
do whatever you want to party. You want to support your family. You want to do something.
If you wanna blow it on
an extended
strippers.
family.
Do what you want with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur or just being in the real estate business?
When you work for yourself, you have to work at least 15, 16, 17, 18 hours because the more you work, the more progress you're going to get. The less you work, because you're working
Absolutely
for
right.
yourself. You're not working for somebody else's dreams. You're working for your own dreams. So that's the tough part where you have to commit a lot time to yourself. And again, that's for a good couple of years. And once you've reached that level, you don't really have to work for certain hours. You're just gonna work for like 7, 8, or you work for good 7, 8 hours in the morning, you're good to go. Yeah, so that's the most toughest part, where in the beginning you got to work because it's not only work that you're doing there are different parts of work. In the work, it's you're doing research, making the first step. How do I make the first step? How do I make the first deal? That's the main problem that you get into. And that's the main thing, that as you asked me, what's the how do you do it? So it's like you gotta play smartly with your schedule as well.
Absolutely. How many deals and projects are you doing a month at the moment? Average.
We close round about. We don't do too much, but we do around about 4 or 5 houses
A month.
Around about quarterly.
Okay.
Yeah, quarterly, and it goes up to 6, 7, 8 as well.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
The more the time you give, and a single person is nothing. Once you have become an entrepreneur, start working on your team. Build a team.
Absolutely. That's how you build the freedom.
There you go.
Yep.
And then you make other people do what
You're doing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You
Just
take
putting
people
people's
in
in
place.
place.
Yeah. And they work for your goals
Exactly.
and
So-
your dreams.
Yeah. So nowadays, I mean, you're doing pretty good for yourself. You got people in place. I mean,
One more thing. Money management. Make sure that you manage your money the right way. Wrong decisions can make your money go down the drain.
What's some advice to manage your money?
For example, hypothetically, I would say that you have like 5 properties, and you're working on. I would say you need to work on properties, and you're like lazy. Oh, you know what? I'll just work on 1, and I'll just work on 2. You are actually losing money on the 3 other properties that are laying down, because time is money. The faster and the quicker you work on all the properties you have, the quicker and the faster you can flip them. The faster the capital or the investment comes back to you, the faster you can do more deals. So never let your real estate, but if there's something wrong with it, hold it. But if you think that holding is not good and you do your numbers right, you could just fix them and put it back in the market, because time is money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck with something.
Yeah, for example, you have a mortgage of $1,000 on 5 properties, and you're losing $1,000 every month of not putting them back in the market.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Put it back on the market.
Yeah, just put it back.
Let
in
it
the
go.
market. Yeah, let it
Hit
go.
the next one.
Hit the next one. Volume. There's a time comes where you just want volume. You want more and
Right.
more.
So
volume.
even though you might lose
You might-
$1,000, $2,000
that's it. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
to the next one.
To next one.
Wow.
Yeah, you might, because there are deals every day popping up.
Yeah. What's motivating you to get up every morning?
I think you got him. You got him on that one.
The hard work that I've done in past couple of years, where I am today, I don't want to lose this. That what wakes me up. I worked so hard, and that's what motivates me. The empire that I've built over here, I want to sustain that, and I want to build higher and higher and higher.
You want to get to the point where you're a real estate tycoon, right?
Yeah, where my bank account looks like a phone number.
Dolby Solutions. That's the name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. We're gonna dive into entrepreneurship. What do you look as an entrepreneur? What do you look for in a woman?
That's a tough one. I don't want to give any anti-feminist answers, and I respect women. Even in my religion, my culture, women are highly respected, and
I just want to add to this. So again, it goes to what's the topic that's going around on social media, right? We got all these women that say, "Hey, I want a 6-figure man."
what about men? Nobody asks what does a man want.
And that's why we're asking you today.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks how hard a man works his ass off in the streets, even polishing boots of people just to make living for their family.
Right.
They don't know. They don't know what the practical world looks like. They are probably, especially the women who are in the house, I respect that they make the house clean, they do everything.
Right.
But the men having their struggle outdoor in the practical world, you meet 100 different kind of people. There are some people who just want to stab you. There are some people who want to slap you. There are some men don't like men, and then there are some. Well, I don't want to say this, but a lot of women don't like women. You know why? Because a woman knows a woman too much. But the thing is that again, coming to your answering to your question, an entrepreneur looks in a woman that who has the courage to push you out of the house, or to stand by you, or to motivate you every day to work harder and get to your goals. So end of the day, even look, women wants peace and women wants space, and they want an easy life. Which woman would not want a comfortable life?
Right.
So any woman who has the courage and has the push to get your men do something, even if they have to kick your men out of the house, kick them early in the morning, 6 o'clock, tell them to get out, to do something.
Absolutely, yeah. So you look for
so that's one thing. And working with you would actually look. I look at this like 1 and 1 is not 2. For me, 1 and 1 is 11. That's how I look at it. So, having a woman who can actually help you achieve your goals, as they say, there's a saying, behind every successful man, there's a woman. So an entrepreneur wants a woman who can make that man a successful man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. And do you believe that that woman that's helping you get to the top, should she be a stay-at-home woman, or should she be somebody that's working?
Trust me, don't be hard on women. Don't be hard on your women.
Okay.
Be reasonable, respect her, be comfortable, and because we, I don't want to say this, but I heard once Trump saying that women have hormonal changes, so that's where it is. You got to be very careful with women. So gotta make them comfortable, let them do whatever they're doing, but tell them that this is where you are wrong in a nicer way. Never be hard on women. I never believe in being hard on women. Just gotta be nice, be lenient with it, because then she will understand that she will understand where you're coming from. That's a normal woman. And a normal man.
Right. So you look for a woman who supports you, motivates you to get up every morning.
Yes.
And to get to the next level.
Yes, absolutely.
And in return, you will understand for her.
Yes.
You'll have understanding for her.
Yes, I will give her you got to give them a comfortable life, a luxury, comfortable life.
Right.
Luxury.
Luxury, comfortable, travel, everything. Because look, end of the day, you're doing it for your family. And family comes first, to be honest. Family comes first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really nice. Those are some really good words right there. Okay.
Thank you.
So, Hank, I think that we'll go ahead and end the podcast.
Thank you very much, guys.
Well,
Keep on going. Keep on moving. One day you will make a deal. Do not get demotivated.
There you
I'm
go.
going to tell this to everyone watching me.
Right. My
Keep
last,
on going.
My last question or statement, I guess you can say. I was gonna say, give some word of advice to people watching. Just not really real estate related, but just entrepreneur related in
Everything.
general.
Keep on going. One day you will make a deal. Don't worry about it, guys. You will. You will.
Okay.
Just keep on going.
Just keep
Keep
taking action.
persevering.
Yes.
Keep taking action.
Keep on moving. Every day, move. Whatever people say, whatever people trying to demotivate, whatever people say, don't get into real estate. A lot of people told me don't get into real estate. And that's what gave me the motivation to actually do real estate, because a lot
Prove
of
them
people
wrong.
People were doubting you.
I was like, they were like, no, you cannot do it. You don't know the market here. You don't know this. You don't know that. You won't be able to achieve it. You won't be able to be there. I'm like,
What are they saying now?
they say, Wow. I've been, as he said that I've been traveling, I've even been to the Nusrat Salt Bay. I love his steak. He has one of the best steaks in the world.
Did you get to see him?
No. I've just been to his restaurant. I haven't seen him, but I will definitely see him sometime. One day I'll see him. I follow him on Instagram and everything.
Okay.
So, for when you have that freedom with money, I actually go to different countries to try the food. That's why I came across Nusrat. I was like, I'm going to go to Nusrat and try the best steaks that have over there.
Right. There you go.
So, that's what it is. And again, whatever people say, don't care what others say. Do what you have to do.
Exactly.
And keep on moving.
Absolutely.
One day, you will achieve your goals.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, guys.
That being said, keep taking
Thank you very
action.
much for having me.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, man.
You're welcome.
Keep doing good things. Keep persevering. One day you'll become a real estate tycoon.
Definitely.
And yeah, man. So thank you, Ron, for coming.
Thank you.